or environmentally effective. So.
I'm going to call the fifth meeting for the Village Board of Trustees, Village of Depew, May 13th, 2024. Running a little late, we apologize, 7:06. And Trustee Kraft with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just stay standing for a second. Within the chambers of our being resides a wellspring of untapped potential, a reservoir of strength that knows no bounds. May we, with unswerving resolve, recognize our capacity to create change, both within the tapestries of our personal lives and in the world beyond. Let empowerment become the anthem that propels us towards a brighter, more compassionate future. Okay, we're a little light here. Our attorney has got a gig in Amherst tonight, and our superintendent of DPW is on vacation, and our rec director is with his regular job tonight. Notification of fire exits.
The emergency exit is located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Roll call.
Trustee Hammernick.
Here.
Trustee Zimba.
Here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Here.
And Mayor Peterson.
Here. First item.
Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah. Recording.
Let's go. Let's talk up today. All right. First item of business, approve the village board meeting minutes from April 9th, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion to move for its adoption to approve the village board meeting minutes for April 9th, 2024.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is carried. Next item is approve the village board meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion that we approve the village board meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2024.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Third item of business today is approve the special budget meeting minutes from April 29th, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption to approve the special budget meeting minutes of April 29th, 2024.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. You'll be able to comment on agenda items only in the initial portion of comment and questions. Later on in the meeting, you'll be able to ask any general question that you might have. We are not going into executive session as originally planned, so item 17 it doesn't really exist. So first up is a public hearing tonight on temporary dumpsters and non-municipal collectors. Those big dumpsters you see get dropped off in people's driveways in most cases to unload certain items they may have at the house. You want to add anything to that? We have copies out there for people.
Yep, they're out on the front table.
Okay. So if you have a question that is involved with that, you might want to hold it to the actual public hearing when we get to that portion. Item number 2, permission for the village administrator to purchase.
I could barely hear you. Could you move your mic a little closer?
Yeah, I think what they're saying is it's not working.
Is it working?
No, they're not.
No, the mics aren't working.
Yeah, so, all right, I'll do my best here. So the first item, or second item up is the purchase some materials, which is a sport for the ice rink, so that it can be used during the summer months for the floor hockey program that the rec director has. And this is coming out of, what was that fund again?
It's a restricted fund balance.
So we have some money in there that is,
It was like an old,
every year we actually have somebody that donates money from their estate. So it goes into improvements to the ice rink and the ice rink only. So this was an opportunity to put some of that money to use. Otherwise, they're rollerblading on concrete, which tends to, dig up their equipment and stuff. So that's the comment we heard. Next item is approve a SLA waiver for the new restaurant that's going into where La Costa Verde was. It's 5790, and that's relieving what the alcohol.
the
30
30-day
days.
notification requirement.
And he's due to open soon?
I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody there tonight on the way here, but.
That I don't know.
Item 4 is permission for the fire department for a couple of different items. Central hose on the 18th is used in a picnic shelter at Brewster Street at the north side. Depew hook and ladder number 1 on the 15th is their chicken barbecue. On June 13th, Depew Fire to use the picnic shelter at Northside, again at Brewster Street for a graduation celebration of firefighter Corey Peterson. Permission for Depew Fire for the following apparatus to go to live training at the academy. So there's one on May 28th in the morning and in the evening. Next item is authorize the mayor to assign a USDA invasive insect survey. Share on that one.
Yes, so the USDA asked if they could put up traps for invasive pests, including the box tree moth and/or the European cherry fruit fly. And they're going to put it up throughout various locations in the village to track. I don't know if we have these invasive species, and they'll be servicing them every 3 weeks, and it will be removed on or before November 30th.
Okay. Next item is permission to sign a new health insurance agreement with Independent Health, which is our current provider, with the 3 unions.
And the task card that'll do the HRA, that'll monitor our HRA. So moving from a copay plan to a high deductible, fully funded HRA plan.
This is one of the things that allowed us to reduce the tax rates that we were talking about in April. So we got creative. We thank Kristen and their team for that.
And for our employees for
Right, exactly.
having an open mind.
Next up is the award to bid of sidewalk work on the Lancaster side of the village, and that went to Premier Concrete and Landscapes of Western New York. Next item was approved sidewalk bid on the Cheektowaga side, and that went to P&J Construction Company in Lancaster, New York.
And our engineers are very confident in the bids, and even though they were under what they estimated the project would be.
Next item of business, permission for Depew Fire Department, calling this retro. These are items that have already taken place. The village board members or trustees were all polled in email and gave prior approval to these things happening. And thankfully, there was no incidents. So there's 3 items that were on that. Next item is authorization to accept bid and to sign a contract This is for the work in the courtroom system that they received money from the JCAP grant, which is going to allow them to put in new cameras upstairs, and also an additional AED on that floor in the building. This is the second company we had.
Yes, there's a issue with the contract for the first company that provided the lowest quote. So we are moving on to the second quote that was provided. It's not technically a bid, more of a quote for the project, and their contract falls in line with specifications that our attorney is looking for. So we're looking forward to moving forward with the project.
Every year, the court system has the ability to apply for this JCAP grant up to 30 grand. This year's was $7,440. Next up is permission to hold a Memorial Day parade with the veterans upstairs, the Joint Veterans Committee. It's on Monday, May 27th. Last year it was, if you recall, they were considering not doing a parade, but Depew Fire helped out and was able to transport their members who can no longer parade and march in back of the 1941 truck. So this will take place on Monday the 27th, with the parade kicking off at 10:45 from out front here and going to Veterans Park by 11 o'clock. Parade. Yeah, okay, on those items there, if anyone has questions on those items, please step to the microphone, state your name and address, and we'll do our best. Oh, there we go. Any questions tonight? Questions? All right. Let's roll along. First item is public hearing, temporary dumpsters and non-municipal collectors.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motion that we open the public hearing at 7:19 PM tonight.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And, can read this.
Be it resolved, the village administrator is hereby authorized to advertise for a public hearing to discuss temporary dumpsters and non-municipal collectors, local law number 2 of 2024. The public hearing will be held on May 13th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, Village Hall, 85 Manitow Street, Depew, New York.
Any comments, questions, public hearing? All right, Paul, how you doing, Paul?
I'm doing it. I'm still on the side of the grass.
There you go.
Just speak up
Thank you.
for me,
Paul
Paul.
Sprata, 58 Argus Drive.
I guess.
I don't think these are working.
Yeah,
Well,
just speak loudly for me if you don't mind.
Just it's to these dumpsters. I didn't read the sheet there, but is there going to be a size and a time limit on both of them?
I'll touch on this. So, this came about because of dumpsters sitting on the properties, for an excessive amount of time. So what this is aimed to do is to put the dumpsters on the books so that we know where they're at throughout the village, and then make sure that they're timely in their use of them, and that they don't linger on the properties. So we have decided, it looks like we're not gonna, there we go.
There we go.
We're not going to comment on the size of the dumpster moving forward in the law. We're going to amend that from what the draft you have is, but the time frame is what matters, and having them come before our code office and putting them on the books. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that a seasonal thing, or
No.
is that all year round?
all year round.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's all I got. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul.
Any other thing in there you want to touch on?
I think I pretty much touched on what we need.
About code having
Yes, sir.
their permits.
Steve Rooker, 508. By putting them in the books, you mean, anybody that wants to get dumpsters, they have to get a permit for it? Okay, I kind of thought that.
Yep.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, there'll be a form that we'll develop, and, there'll be certain areas where it can allow the code enforcement office to have discretion on where the dumpster goes and what's it going to be used for, so.
Now, other towns in the general area, do they have the same thing?
There are different municipalities that do have dumpster permits, yes. So we kind of help use those to structure this as well, so.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
It's another way of getting the items collected, where Casella would take only 2 bulk items a week. And somebody says, well, I'm moving in or moving out, and they're clearing out their house. We don't have something like the city of Buffalo, which they pile their waste out in front of their house, and the city comes by with a front loader and picks it all up, takes it away. So this is a way to get rid of, like if you're cleaning out your basement. But to your neighbor's concern, it's not going to sit there forever. So,
Don't they rent those dumpsters for a month? And then you pay so much for the size and then so much for a month if you're cleaning out a basement or whatever?
I know you can buy rent different sizes, yeah.
I think it's all dependent upon the dumpster company and what you're looking to do.
I thought it was pretty standard, it was a month.
Well, they may rent it to you for a month, but we don't want it sitting there for a month.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the point of this, is to prevent that, so.
Good call there.
2 weeks from now.
Okay, anything else on the public hearing? Anything else on the public hearing? Any other comments on the public hearing? Like a motion to close the public hearing, please?
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing at 7:24 PM tonight.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? That's carried. Second item tonight is permission for the village administrator to purchase materials for the rec department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution, move for its adoption. Whereas permission is given to the village administrator to purchase materials using restricted fund balance from the general fund not to exceed $17,000 from the ice rink improvement funds for the recreation department. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the village administrator has permission to use these funds to purchase materials.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammernick,
Yes.
Trustee Zimba,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph,
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Permission to sign authorization for a waiver from the SLA.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas 5790 Restaurant and Catering has completed the standardized notice form for providing 30-day advance notice of intent to file a new application for an on-premises alcoholic beverage license for beer to the Village of Depew to be sold at 5790 Transit Road, Depew, New York, 14043, for an on-premises liquor license. And whereas, pursuant to the applicable provisions of the Alcohol and Beverage Control Law, Section 64, Subdivision 2, parentheses A, the Village of Depew has been notified of their intent to file an application for a liquor license with the New York State Liquor Authority. And whereas a 30-day hold before said application can be filed is mandated by New York Alcohol and Beverage Control Law, unless this time is waived by the municipality. And whereas the Village of Depew Board of Trustees wishes to assist the applicant in expediting the application process and sees no objection to the issuance of a liquor license. Now therefore be it resolved that to the extent permitted by the New York State Liquor Authority, the Village Depew Board of Trustees hereby waives the requirement that written notice of the application be given to the village at least 30 days prior to submitting this application. And be it further resolved that the village administrator is hereby authorized to issue a letter to the applicant and to the New York State Liquor Authority to confirm the village's receipt of the notice of intent to file for the liquor license and a waiver of the 30-day hold on the processing of said application.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 4, permission for the Depew Fire Department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department Central Hose Company Number 4 on Saturday, May 18th to use the picnic shelter at the North Side Fire Station located at 112 Brewster Street from noon until 10 p.m. for a company membership appreciation event. And permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department's Hook and Ladder Company Number 1 on Saturday, June 15th to use the Southside Fire Station for their annual chicken barbecue fundraiser from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. And permission is hereby granted to Depew Fire Department on Saturday, June 13th. I think that's Thursday, June 13th, to use the picnic shelter at the Northside Fire Station located at 112 Brewster Street for a graduation celebration for firefighter Corey Peterson of Hose Company Number 1 from noon until 8 p.m. And permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department the following apparatus to go to a live fire training at the Fire Academy located on Broadway in Cheektowaga on Tuesday, May 28th. 1. Morning drill, Ladder 5 and Rescue 7 from 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. 2. Evening drill, Engine 1, Engine 3, and Rescue 7 from 1800 hours until 2130 hours.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to note the script.
Chief, do you have, or Assistant Chiefs, do you happen to know if that's a Thursday,
Or
that
the
first one, or a
That,
Saturday?
that was, actually, missed, that was supposed to be July 13th, Saturday, July 13th.
Oh.
But in all reality, there was a change with that anyways, and that, that's not gonna be, request isn't gonna be put in.
You don't need it?
No, we don't need it.
So,
Scribner's error for permission granted to the Depew Fire Department for Saturday, June 13th to use the picnic shelter at the Northside Fire Station located at 112 Brewster Street for a graduation celebration for firefighter Corey Peterson of Hose Company Number 1 from noon until 8 p.m. is now
Scrapped.
script.
Okay.
Can I have a second?
Do we have a second?
Yes, I make a motion to accept it. Oh my, second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
Here, go down here, that's why. He didn't finish it. Yes, he did. Did he?
he did.
Oh, I missed it, I'm sorry. Must have been daydreaming.
Resolution number 5, authorize the mayor to sign
H.
the USDA invasive insect survey.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that Mayor Kevin Peterson is authorized to sign an agreement with USDA Invasive Insect Survey with the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service through the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 6, permission to sign an agreement with Independent Health and TASC.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, Village Administrator Regina Gronkowski is authorized to sign the Independent Health and Task TASC insurance agreements.
I second the motion.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 7, approve the award bid for sidewalk work on the Lancaster side of the village.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the village engineer, the bid for the sidewalk bid from the bid opening April 18th, 2024, in the bid amount of $144,547.50 be awarded to Premier Concrete and Landscapes of Western New York, 3045 Seneca Street, West Seneca, New York, 14224.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammerneck.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Edoff.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 8, approve the award bid for sidewalk work on the Cheektowaga side of the village.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the village engineer, the bid for the Cheektowaga section of sidewalk bid from the bid opening April 18th, 2024, in the bid amount of $92,195 to be awarded to P&J Construction, Inc., 709 Pleasant View Drive, Lancaster, New York, 14086.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammerneck.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Edoff.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution number 9, approve permission retro for Depew Fire Department on a couple of events.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motions and move for their adoptions. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department's engine number 2 to be used for an EVOC that 2 of our members are taking at South Wales Fire Station on Saturday, May 11th from 8 a.m. until noon. And permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department's Engine 6 and Rescue 7 to be at the Fire Academy in Cheektowaga for live fire training on Tuesday, May 7th from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department use of the gazebo at the Northside Fire Station for a going-away celebration for firefighter Christopher Peters Jr. on Saturday, May 11th from noon until 6 p.m.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Resolution number 10, authorization to accept the bid and to sign a contract.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas the village board had previously approved the bid of Advanced Alarm for purchase and installation of security equipment for the Depew Village Court. And whereas Advanced Alarm has withdrawn the bid at the present time. Be it resolved that the Depew Village Justice Court is allowed to accept the next lowest bid proposal, which was submitted by Kiricom Communications, Inc., 11460 Tomersu Road, Marilla, New York, in the amount of $7,440. And it's further resolved that the village shall make in-kind contributions to the project, including the village attorney assisting in the preparation of a contract for service, utilizing the village electrician and IT contractor for integrating the system into the existing system within the village and into the court clerk's office. And it is further resolved that the Depew Village Justice Kathleen M. McDonald is permitted to sign all contracts and necessary documents for the fulfillment of this project, including all needed accounting to be provided to the state. And it is further resolved that copies of all information related to this project, including but not limited to the contract, submission and payment of bills, and compliance paperwork shall be jointly shared with the completed by the court staff and the village administrator.
I second the motion.
The roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammerneck.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Edoff.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution 11, permission to hold the annual Memorial Day Parade.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted to the Depew Joint Veterans Committee to to hold their annual Memorial Day Parade and services on Monday, May 27th, 2024, beginning at 10:45 a.m. The police department, who will provide necessary traffic enforcement, has approved the parade route, which is Manitou Street to Terrace Boulevard and ending at Veterans Park. Depew Fire Department, Depew Police Department, Depew High School Marching Band, and various Boy Scout and Girl Scout troops will be in the parade. The electrical department will set up the speaker system. The Southside Fire Hall will be used for refreshments.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Okay, we've received employment applications in the last 3 weeks for Rec Department. Nancy Ninoff, Kennedy Klein, Joseph Pedraza, Taylor Thompson, Nicholas Carnazzi, sorry if I missed one, Brady Meyer, Joseph Aquino, Nathan Gervais Reynolds. From DPW, Joseph Aquino, and Police, Joseph Aquino and Cody Burnett. Next up is Department Head reports, the police report from April, and the building department report, February 2024 through April 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motion and move for its adoption, that we approve the police April report as well as the building department report from February 2024 through April 2024.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. There's no unfinished and other business. And before we get to public concerns and comments, we'll go around the room for our existing department heads and trustees and administrator to add any comments over the last couple of weeks. We'll start down on my right with our building department, code enforcement officers, Don and Kate.
Okay. So for the month of April, we issued 63 permits for the year-to-date of 234. Grass cutting season is upon us. We've only been out for, went out twice now for an hour each, and we've got 65 potential violations already. A lot of grass out there needs to be cut, so please get your grass cut, so we don't have to send you a violation letter.
And we are not observing no mow May, is
Yeah.
this correct?
Yeah, no mow May is not really an official thing, so when people tell us that, please cut your grass, because you're gonna get a violation letter.
And the violation cost of it is not like the $25 the local kid would charge you.
Exactly, you're gonna pay
A little bit
a
more for
heftier fee.
DPW to do that.
And if it continues, we're gonna haul you into court also. We're not doing this repeat violation this year. We're gonna put you directly into court the second time, so.
We're mowing twice a week now.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of grass out there needs to be cut. A lot of people have done it though. I mean, we've driven around the whole upper half of, from French Road up to our limits, and probably 95% of the people have their grass cut properly. So the people are saying that they can't get it done. There's really no reason for it. And if you do have a good reason, then bring it to our attention and we'll work with you. DMV is now officially open as of this morning, so that's good news for us. Aladora's Boutique opens tomorrow, and so
what?
That quilt shop will do their final tomorrow, and they were almost done last time I was there. So
Was that the nail shop?
no, that's
Quilts.
the new quilt place. They sell all different types of sewing quilts and things like that. So another couple businesses opened up for us and for our residents.
Is that cake and pie place open in Broad?
Oh, yeah. I let them know last time I was here. I don't know if you were here. I think you were off. But, Peg's Pies.
Pam's.
Pam's and Pies.
Okay.
Peg's Pies is from The Office.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But, no, I actually tried some of their dessert. Very, very tasty.
The pierogi thing was good too.
Yeah, the pierogi time's open, so Got some new businesses, starting to perk up here, which is nice. That's about it for us. Any questions? Comments, concerns? Paul, nothing?
We'll give everybody a shot. We'll go down this side here, Chief McNamara.
So, for the month of April, we handled 1,075 complaints. 95 of them were criminal complaints, which turned into 26 arrests. We have 36 accidents in the village, 6 of them injury accidents. 1 of them involved a bicycle. And we had one vehicle stolen out of the village, and we recovered that in the city of Buffalo. We issued 15 parking tickets and 376 traffic summonses. And we kicked off our e-bike campaign. There's flyers out there on the front table, and it'll be up on our social media website. We're trying to educate the youth and the public on the use of e-bikes. So please follow those rules.
Okay. Go to this side here, Chief Musilak from Fire.
Good evening, everyone. 17 calls since our last village board meeting, and 120 year-to-date. 2 mutual aid structure fires in the village of Lancaster. We also had one of the old railroad trestles this past Friday behind the ice rink was on fire. And we'd just like to thank our mutual aid company, Bellevue, Fire Company, for coming out and helping us with their utility vehicle and their side-by-side. And it was quite a ways back. Assistant Chief Aquino was in charge of that call, and everybody worked pretty hard that was there. So, also, at this time, our new utility truck project is going forward, and it seems to be going well. Like I said, we're hoping, fingers crossed, sometime early fall that we'll be receiving that piece of apparatus, and it'll be going in service hopefully. Our radio improvement and communications project is going forward as well. Hopefully this time next year, everything will be in place. We'll have new portables and mobile radios. Our communications between PD and ourselves and along on the fire scene will be much improved, put it that way, much improved. Also, CPR and AED, all our members, I'm proud to say, by the end of this month will be 100% in compliance and certified in CPR and AED and basic first aid, which it's been a goal of ours in our department for a while, even though we don't run primary EMS. Also would like to just give wish one of our firefighters he got a career job in Prince William County, which is in Virginia, as a career firefighter. Christopher Peters Jr., a really good firefighter, got his start here with us as a junior firefighter, and we're losing a good firefighter, but we wish him good luck in his future endeavors down in Prince William County, and take a little bit of Depew with him and make us proud, hopefully. Other than that, it's that time of the season where everybody's grilling. Obviously, everybody's cutting their lawns and doing stuff outside. So, make sure the lawnmower cools off before you put it away in the garage or in the shed. Make sure that when you're cooking on the grill and you put it away in the shed or the garage, it's cooled off, or you don't put it right next to your house and it melts your siding and starts a fire. Just try to use some fire safety and just be cautious of all that stuff. We'd hate to have to come and, because you put a grill away or because you put your lawnmower away too soon or you have it too close to the house and have to start your house or your garage on fire or anything like that. So just a little bit of fire safety tips and just pay attention to that. That's it.
Okay. Do we have a report from Rec?
We do. All right. From Recreation Director Kevin Ferguson, he will have to interview for lifeguards as he now has 22 applicants. The pool is up and running. Floor hockey starts tomorrow night. Chief, there will be cars at the rink until 11 p.m., just an FYI. Pool is already clear. All renters at Pavilion very happy and always complimentary. Fire Chief, thank you for the hose. Men are very grateful. Thank you, Kevin. And he has a question that if anybody knows who this year's in charge of the fireman softball, if they could reach out to Kevin Ferguson.
There will be no softball team this year.
There will, what?
There is no softball.
None this year.
Correct.
If you could just let him know that.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Just so we're clear on the pool, we authorized starting last year an early attempt to get at the pool, so we didn't run into something that we had a couple years ago where we had to turn it, get it all hooked up and the pump didn't work properly. And so, yes, the pool is being cleared and cleaned and chlorinated. I think, Kevin, his opening date is June 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, for the pool. But you can certainly call there for passes for the year and so forth. All right, we don't have a DPW report, but I will tell you, I know that they've been very busy. They graded over the large area in front of the pavilion where the geothermal heating unit is, and it's been hydroseeded. They have done work prepping the basketball court for the new lights that our electrical department put up. What else? And I know they're going to be working on the rest of the grass areas coming up as well. Oh, new dugouts for the Little League field. And I want to say that the staff there is also doing work on improving the condition of those Little League fields, so moving right along. We'll go to, well, as long as you're here, why don't you, anything for,
Just that we are going to start to get applications for crafters and vendors for Founder's Day. So if anybody knows anyone who might be interested in being a vendor, they can reach out to me at Village Hall, and we'll have that information up this week on Facebook.
okay. Trustee Zimmer?
Good evening. I just want to remind the residents, we will be hosting the home hazardous paint and battery collection on July 13th. It'll be at DPW grounds. You cannot register yet, cannot register until a month in advance. So I don't have details on the hours finalized yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. Brian, do you know who's taking over for the juniors yet? Just so I know. The junior firefighters?
Yes, it's going to be co-leadership, Darlene Peterson and John Juraszewski.
Thank you. That's all I got, man.
Okay. Trustee Herman?
Well, the next time you come to our village meeting, the front of the village will be all yellow. Center Point Church is donating their time to fix up the front of our village, to give them credit for that. Thank you.
Trustee Kraft?
I have nothing to add.
Deputy Mayor Adolph?
I'd like to thank everyone who attended the Arbor Day celebration. Paul, thanks for coming out, handing out some trees to the residents of Depew, so hopefully those are planted. Additionally, after the event, I handed several trees to residents throughout the village that came to me or were interested as well. So we hopefully have some new trees throughout the village, which is great. And we are Tree City USA again, which I'm very proud of. So.
And there's 12 new trees in Fireman's Park
Yes.
that were donated to the village by the Lancaster Depew Rotary Club.
Yes, thank you to them.
Yeah.
We'll have some black cherries growing there and
Elms, weren't there
elms.
some
Yep,
elms?
some elms. So it's great. We're really appreciative.
Good. All right. We'll open it up to public comments. Dave Burkhardt, come join us.
Dave Burkhardt, 5 Lead. I was hoping that DPW could have been here because I would have asked him, but I'm sure people have passed my house. I got the row of hedges, and I got a note. I usually do it maybe once or twice a year. I trim the hedges, and I got a note from the DPW that they don't want to pick them up anymore because it clogs the machine. Well, these branches are from 4 to 6 foot long when I do cut them down, and I always put them in the front of the yard. I try to be neat about it, as neat as I could be, but they suggested just put them in the tote. I mean, it would take me all summer, with that many branches to fill up my totes like that. Is there any way you could just send over a truck and just pick them up with a scoop? And
I can't answer that. Can you get us a copy of that note or letter or whatever yet?
If I still got it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this
When
was
did you get
probably the end of last year, probably.
Oh. Okay. When do you trim? That time of year?
Well, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I noticed they're getting kind of high, so I'd like to get them trimmed probably within the next month or so.
All right. We'll look into it, and Ken is on vacation, so
Right.
we'll look into it with Kenny and see what the answer was.
Yeah, I got a couple of vacations coming up myself, and so like I said, I'm guessing maybe June, maybe towards July, but
Okay, so it wasn't something recently?
no.
in
Well, this was the last one of last year.
Okay.
And so I just let it go, and now we got growing season, they're getting kind of high now, so I'd like to do it within the next couple of months, like I said.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that was it. Thank
That
you.
one? Okay. Any other public comments or questions? All right, Paul.
Again, Paul Sprotter, 58 Argus. One thing I wanted to mention about the newly reopened Department of Motor Vehicles, I saw it on the news today at 5 o'clock report, whatever, and they highlighted, it took them a year and a half to remodel it, but they didn't mention that there are now restrooms there, which is a big plus.
Handicap accessible, yes.
I just wanted to mention that. And one other thing about Arbor Day, very nice, it happened to be on the same day as Lancaster had their big Arbor Day, and it's a big thing in Lancaster.
For sure.
But anyhow, one thing that happened at that Arbor Day celebration is the e-bike that went buzzing by.
Yeah, you saw your mayor jumped into action, didn't he?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He talked to the young man.
I stopped him after the third time he went by me.
Yeah.
When I
We had
was
a little bit
leaving
of a
there-
counseling session.
When I was leaving there, I saw the same biker, and I went east on Terrace, and I noticed that at Terrace and Transit, he was still without a helmet and on the sidewalk, and then he made a right turn to go south on Transit on the e-bike. So it's
well-
like, I hope he will somehow get informed as to what the rules and
Yeah,
regulations.
our police, they know the person pretty well, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted
I
to
mean, I came back into town last Monday from being downstate in an inside of Broadway to Walden. Two people were one was absolutely whizzing by.
On e-bikes,
Yeah,
with or without helmets?
that one was without.
Without. Okay, It's,
And you
I mean,
did
it's-
inform the
it's
gentleman.
unsafe for the
Yeah,
rider.
so I talked to the kid, but
Yeah.
If
He
somebody.
was informed about it,
Yeah.
so that's
About all the
that's how it starts.
Yeah, I had him turn down his radio so he could hear me what I was going to say. And as you were standing there earlier, I mean, if you were standing there, you took a step backwards, you could have been a casualty
Oh, yeah.
of that.
Okay, just wanted to mention it.
We're on top of it.
I know you are.
Yep.
Thank you.
Could have let people know about our community center?
Go ahead, what do you got the floor?
Just give you an update on the community center. We are hoping to move along, and maybe in June, once we get our certificate of occupation, and everything is okay, to maybe get the doors open for the middle level. We are working on the downstairs level right now. Cheektowaga just gave us what did they give us? What kind of elevator?
It's interior,
wheelchair elevator. So we should be somewhat ADA compliant then to get into the building. So we're coming
What's
along.
going on downstairs?
Pardon me?
What's going on downstairs?
Well, downstairs, we just got a notice that from one of the schools, Depew High School, I think it was, a special education program was granted $3 million for 2 visits, school visits, 2 on-site visits, 3 off-site visits. So we would be building a room for the school to visit with the parents, their own room and everything. And that would give sustainability for that building right away, which is really wonderful. And things are moving along. We are framing the upstairs meeting rooms. We have 2 meeting rooms upstairs with a giant, tell me what I want to say, conference table. So the 2 meeting rooms will have a conference table to be used to be, we can rent those out or whatever. And downstairs is starting to be full. Center is all done. I just finished, Schuster is just finishing the stage area, right? Don, are we over there? Schuster's just finishing the stage area. I haven't been in there in a while because of the stairs. And it's coming along very, very well. So that'll be part of Lancaster Opera House. So they will be doing improv.
Okay.
Stuff there, and then we'll be moving it over to Lancaster Opera. It's coming along really nice, very excited about it, so. And Monica just gave us $125,000 towards
Yes.
it, so we're very excited. That should finish it off for us.
All right. I think we're moving on to claims and accounts.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion, the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and are approved for payment as follows.
$186,671.25 from the general fund. From community development, $8,020, 0 from the sewer fund, and capital projects, $56,095 for a total of $250,786.25.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. And could somebody just officially table the executive session?
Yeah,
please?
I'll do it. Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion and move for its adoption that we table the executive session at this time.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And carried. And the adjournment tonight?
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motion to adjourn the meeting this evening at
7:59.
7:59.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.